What is up, guys? Mr.Berrys here, and welcome to the Moon Sliver. Now, this is by the same person that made the music machine, which is what I'm actually uploading it right now, but it's what you will see as my previous upload. So, click title to begin. The Moon Sliver is intended to be completed in a single sitting. There is no save system as suggested you set aside an hour to complete it. Well, let's go ahead and do it. Don't know much about this game at all, but move, jump, toggle flashlight on and off is right mouse button. Interact, examine is left. Alright. Whoa, okay. So this is meant to be kind of like the other one. You're searching around and looking for stuff of importance. Ellie was sullen and beautiful girl. She was the youngest of all of them, with a mind unfit for lofty thoughts. She had once come in here to see if there was any old firewood. Otherwise, she stayed in her cluttered house where it was warm and familiar. Isa was the oldest and if not the wisest, certainly the most learned. She remembered when Josiah still lived and she would sit on this crate and listen to his stories, whose memories, like so many others, were bittersweet. Alright. Abel loved Isa and loved Daniel and Ellie, but when his mind wasn't turned toward their well-being, it was filled with thoughts of bleak hopelessness. Sometimes he would rifle through the barrel, the promising of undiscovered trinkets raised his spirits, if only temporary. Well, that doesn't look like anything nice. Daniel was a quiet man who spent I'm sorry, my recording thing is like right where one of those words is, so it's hard to see. His blank lost in the books of old or lost in his own thoughts. He wondered where the barrels had come from and who put them there. Wait, what? Conserve your flashlight battery, recharge it at power outlets, explore freely. Oh, crap. So we left this little cabin. Alright. So really, what we do is we just explore, try to uncover secrets and whatnot. There's a hatch. A hatch. Yes, it's a little hatch. The night was wild and cold. The monstrous tracks leading from the blank were brand new, but the wind quickly erased them. Well, I don't know if I want to go in there just yet. Come back when night falls. Okay. See what we have in these buildings before I go down in the hatch. Alright. So far this game is looking pretty nice though. I like it. So we can go in there. Why not? I'm saying she knows more than she's telling us, said Ellie. What is your problem with Isa? Daniel said, putting his book down. He was annoyed at being interrupted here. Alright. My problem is that she's a liar, said Ellie angrily, fiddling with the knobs on the machine as she paced around, and that I have to keep explaining this to you over and over again. You don't know her like, and I know her. You don't know her like I know her. Exactly. You're not an impartial judge, she said. Alright. She keeps the chapel barrels, and she blank only with a key, said Ellie, leaning on the barrel and folded her arms. So you're saying she took it, he said. Someone took a key, I guess? Kinda sucks that, this really is dark with, no flashlight. Alright. So I guess there's a day and night cycle then, which is pretty cool. She sat down beside the flashlight. What, but Ellie, has Ellie mentioned anything to you? She said she didn't take it either. He said, nor did I, and nor did Abel. She said, and yet, it is gone. Daniel, you're the last one I gave This too, said Isa. Daniel stared at the mysterious control panels. He didn't meet her eyes. He never met anyone's eyes, and didn't take it. He said, "Why would I take it? I'm the one that told you it was missing." Alright. The rusted junk cast shadows on the open wall. "How do you know Abel and I didn't take it?" he said. "Because I trusted him," she said. "He is a small man, but he would never hurt any of us. Do you trust Ellie?" Daniel didn't answer immediately. "I trust all of you," she said, "because that's how we have to live." Isa kept a smile on her face, although she did not feel like smiling. Alright, well, let's recharge our flashlight here. A strange acidic smell emanated from the pipe. Alright. That building... No, we came from that building over there. Let's explore what little is left over in this area. Maybe nighttime comes when I've explored everything else, and that's like the last door I go through. The mysterious liquid had drained from the tank into the water long ago. Alright. Don't really know what's going on here, but we'll find out soon, I guess. I do want to see what's down that hatch. Can't help but think back to Lost when I see that. These conversations were not new. Long ago, Isa had learned to love Abel despite and for his despondency. Wait, no, she hugged him as the wind tossed her long gray hair around. "I'm sorry," he said, and he cried, because he often cried during these talks. "For what?" she said. "For a lot of things. It changes when I move around and go in certain areas." These conversations... Alright, yeah. They reached the ruins and strolled leisurely through them toward the shoreline. Isa could remember when the old building still stood here, filled with families. That's weird how everything moves when I look around and move. That's weird. Alright. Well, we have this building over here, and then I guess I'll go in the hatch. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Can't go in there. Alright. Maybe we need a key or something. In that case, might as well go down the hatch, right? Wait till nightfall, we can go in the other area. Don't know what's over there, but we could get this area shut down and then we'll move on over there to see if there's anything left. Alright. Monstrous tracks. I don't see any tracks, but I guess that's because she said they were covered. Oh. Monstrous tracks leading from the place were brand new, but the wind quickly erased them. I'm not going to bother with this if I don't know the code. That's weird. I didn't think you need a combination for it. Well, we have a lot over here. Ooh, that place is underwater. And there's smoke coming from these places. Ooh, a key. That's a very small key. I could easily see that getting lost. I remember when the moon still shined, when each night was bathed in warm silver, and the shadows were mysterious and friendly, and the island was a place of joy. That was many years ago. Since it disappeared, the place has become cold and starkly plagued by an inexplicable sense of loss and despondency. Daniel and Ellie are young. They do not feel it. They do not remember what the world used to be like. But Abel and I do, and we are both filled with longing for intangible joys that it can no longer provide, for friends that do not exist, for feelings that cannot be reasonably felt. When I was younger, I smiled because I felt like smiling. Now that smile is a disguise. Okay. She took the knife from the shelf. The blade was dull and rusty, but it was still pointed. She was not smiling. So it seems like this girl is getting more and more depressed and sad. There's another key. that she's doing things that she normally wouldn't do, like she's a changed person. Well, we have a key, but we know that key will lead to one door. She often visited Daniel. He loved to talk, and Daniel loved to listen. Isa and I were out for a walk, said Abel, and she entered. I thought I'd stop by before you got caught up in a book. Daniel put his book down. Hello, he said, his expression confused by Abel. Daniel stared at the pile of wood, but he didn't burn the wood for months. Let's talk about Ellie instead. Abel was silent for a moment. What about Ellie? He said. Daniel didn't need to answer. Abel swallowed. All right, let's talk about Ellie. So something's up with Ellie. I've been thinking about life, said Abel, sitting down, and death and uncertainty. So your flashlight runs out, but I don't see any meter on it, to be honest. This could make more candles. They couldn't make more wood, so Abel burned candles. They could make more candles, but they couldn't burn wood. Alright. What childhood-like emptiness I feel to find the most peaceful solace in fantasy. To find in masquerades a truth more vivid than reality, the sort of twisted villains where the ancient writers taunt us with unreachable worlds, more beautiful than our own. We have enough stored food to live. Whoop, sorry, I was straying away. We have enough to... Where was I? I lost track completely. What sort of more beautiful than our own? We have enough stored food to live long lives. When our wood runs out, we will be cold, but only so cold as to be uncomfortable. The water is rising, but it will be many years before it reaches our homes. Technically, we survive. But to what end? This island is all the world we know, and is nothing but the broken piece of fairy tale. I'm guessing this has been a while, though, because some homes were already covered in water. Abel read to escape. Daniel read to something, his lofty, strange thoughts. Isa read to pass the time, but Ellie, as far as Abel knew, she hadn't opened a book in years. What does she do all day? He didn't know. Sometimes he worried about her. He worried about all of them. Were they as melancholy as he was? Alright. We already read that. Last house in this area. Alright. This chair is in my way and I can't get around it. Ellie was laying on the bed. Daniel came in. She scowled at him suspiciously and beautifully. What were you and Isa doing in the old paper building? What were you talking about? What were you and Abel doing at his place yesterday while I was climbing the mountain? He answered, casually flipping through the book in her table. It was covered in dust. Alright. Now we have another hatch over here, it looks like. The door is rusted shut and will never open. I think it's getting nighttime. Ominous music is setting in as the wind picks up. Ooh, a charging station. Very cool. Well, this music is definitely interesting, I'd say. Alright. Is this considered nighttime then? Can I go in? Come back when night falls. Alright. Well, I have 2 keys. One of which will open up this house over here, over there, I believe. And then the other one is a mysterious key. No idea where it might lead. But it appears this island is in distress, like it's gonna... water's eventually gonna rise and it's gonna be taken over. We're in. Sweet. There's another book. Daniel was still thinking about his talk with Abel the day before as he absent-mindedly picked the book up. Something caught his eye, or rather the lack of something. Well, you see, when I was looking in here, the moon sliver was gone. Oh. See, when I was looking in here, there were no windows. Now there's windows. Oh world, oh prison, dingy white, our ghostly shadow gray, your whelming lives of false delight are dark and cold as moonless light and bleak as sunless day. Was a note. The word of Hector the First. The moon sliver was written by the pure spring rain upon pages of dried leaves, and found by noble Hector. The moon spoke to Hector, saying, "Take this, the moon sliver, and make for it a place in the chapel of the infinite light. For it is a holy document. Man cannot read it, but its very letter is known to the demons of the night, and the greatly feared. Now that it will protect you, know that it will protect you, even should my light cease to bathe the night in holy silver. Give it a place of honor and treat it as a prized possession, for it is your weapon against evil." And so Hector took the moon sliver and placed it on the chapel of the infinite light upon a silver pedestal, and the night was warm with light, and the day was bright with warmth. Oh, so that provides like warmth and everything. And this is the chapel of infinite light, so you can't see the windows, but it provides the light. That's very cool. Whoa. Word of Hector the Fourth. Again, the moon came to Hector in a dream. The woodland teeth is vanquished, it said. Your people are safe for now, but it still waits, lurking in the depths. It fears the moon sliver, and it will not dare appear again while the holy document remains in our possession. But know this, should the moon sliver ever be destroyed, even my divining light will not be able to save you from the wrath of the woodland teeth and the darkness of hell. Keep it safe. Keep it ready. And may you live in prosperity on this island that I have given you. Let your prosperity be a sign that the words I speak are true. But the sliver's gone, so does that mean there's a monster out? He stared at the empty daze for some time, struggling to comprehend this simple, shocking fact. Had someone moved it? Isa, perhaps. She was the only one with the key to the Chapel of Infinite Light. But Ellie or Abel could have borrowed it from her, as he had done, or taken it. Regardless, he had to tell the others. Daniel will still think about his talk with Abel the day before as he... Oh, yep. I already read that. Uh-oh. This looks like nighttime. So let's go to that place that we can only go during the night. I hope there's not going to be a scary monster. I think it's supposed to be... Come back when night... Is this not nighttime? I don't know where else to go. What is this? There's a box there. With a key. Oh, we missed this. He watched Ellie put her clothes back on, his eyes unfocused, not really seeing her. She didn't say anything, her lips were pursed in that internal ignorant scowl. He got up from the bed and opened his box. He used to believe that one day he could plant the last few seeds and they would be able to grow food again. But now he knew that the ground was poison. Isa had given the seeds to him for safekeeping. Isa loved him. Isa trusted him. His eyes filled with tears, but he didn't let Ellie see. "I'm supposed to meet Isa for a walk," he said. She didn't answer. She just left. Okay. Okay. Found another box. Isa didn't know what the object was, but she remembered her father tinkering with it in his workshop. When she was a girl, the workshop and the adjoining home were now far underwater. She was not a young woman, but even now seeing it brought her comfort. Abel came in. "How do I get into storage?" she asked. She shut and locked the box. "I told you before," she said. "I forgot," he said. "I don't go there often." "Press the first 3 until they click. Leave the 4th alone." Oh, press the first 3. Leave the 4th alone. I'm gonna check these. Maybe there's a box in these? Because there was a box in those 2. First 3. Leave the 4th alone. Nope. Alright, let's go. Alright. Back at the hatch. First 3. Leave the right alone. We're in. Okay. Cool. I think it charges on 1, but just to make sure. Ellie was uneasy. The darkness had never felt this menacing before. It seemed alive. Watchful. What? It said something. The code was long forgotten. Nobody had been below in years. Alright. So we need the code. Which could be tough. Ellie? Daniel's voice echoed around the tunnels. Silence. There's a lot of different ways I could go. She couldn't explain the feeling. It was as though something was lurking around every corner, staying out of sight, staying ahead of her. Daniel heard soft scratching footsteps behind him. He turned and shined his flashlight around the tunnel. Nothing. Okay. So many places for me to go. Which direction do I choose? Called again. Ellie, still no answer, but he heard the footsteps again. Let's take a right. He didn't even have time to cry out at the shadow silhouette in his flashlight beam, lunging towards him. Alright. So I don't see anything over here. Something happened to him. Okay. So we'll take a right then. And this is a very long corridor. Okay. Probably better if I turn my flashlight off to conserve power. What the fuck? What is that? This wasn't in the script, man. She felt its breath before she felt its claws, and then she was gone. Okay. I'm scared. It's hard to concentrate and talk when you're playing a game like this, because you're a little scared. You're trying to do a commentary, but you're so focused. You're like, alright, pay attention, stay cool, stay focused. So, my commentary is lacking. I apologize. If anyone else has done a commentary like this, then they know what I'm talking about. Alright. Let's go this way. More turns. Let's go this way. Come on, give me something here. Some dialogue. This chair is not turned over like the rest of them. She'd never felt like this before. She knew the tunnels well. She had been down here hundreds of times, yet she was lost, confused, and afraid. Am I Ellie? What was that? Yep. Let's go this way then. It's a dead end. Alright. Well, I've been everywhere, haven't I? I think I've been everywhere down here. So, scratching for... yep. Alright. Oh. We haven't been down here. In this direction. Those footprints. I have no idea. Don't know if I want to know. A family of rats lived in amid these crates of dried food. They were perhaps the last animals left alive. Alright. I want to conserve my batteries. Especially on these long turns. I can kind of tell where to turn. Alright. Alright. I forgot that, this area was the, I thought I was gonna be right back outside. But it appears I already went that way. Oh, okay. So this was nighttime. Return to the mountain. Well, this is certainly a mountain. That I'm inside. Isa couldn't remember the last time she had been under the mountain. There was no reason to come here, but she had looked everywhere else. She clutched the old knife in her right hand. Yesterday, the moon sliver went missing. Today, Ellie, Daniel, and Abel were nowhere to be found. She knew the word of Hector by heart. The sinister implications were not lost on her. Can't escape this smoke. Abel heard her answer, I'm hungry. There was something strange about... I am reading the age of past, he said. Do you know where Ellie and Daniel are? She said. I do not, he said. They are missing, she said. They are missing and the moon sliver went missing. Do you understand me? Do you understand what this implies? I do, he said. Night will fall in a few hours and we need to stick together. We could sleep in the same house, mine or yours. We'll keep the fire burning, we'll keep the door locked, and we will pray, Abel. We will pray to the unseen moon for mercy and protection. Are you happy here, Isa? We can't stay in the dark. It thrives in the dark. Are you happy? I'm very happy. Please, Abel. There were tears in her eyes, and she jiggled to control his voice. Isa, she jiggled. Isa, I know you. I know every inch of you, and I know every corner of your mind. You aren't happy. None of us are happy. I don't know what that word is, so that's why I said jiggled. Isa didn't respond. My recording thing is blocking it. I'm staying here. The tears were flowing freely now. like it if you stayed with me. Isa, please stay with me. I don't like where this is going. I will find you, Abel. Let it out, Isa. Destroy the moon sliver. I destroyed the moon sliver. Isa was shocked and silent. I burned it yesterday after I talked to Daniel. Her eyes were filling with betrayed, angry tears. What? Abel. No, why? Do you want to be dragged to hell? Do you want us to be dragged here with you? My flashlight died. We're already in hell. The island is horrible, barren, lonely island. This place of sin, this is hell. I saw the blasphemous scraps of paper Jeremiah found. Those many years ago, I read them before they were destroyed. Perhaps it was the only one who did it, and I did not believe them, but I have lived life since then, and I have seen the truth of their words. Isa could not respond as tears streamed down her face. She just kept walking toward the sound of his voice, the knife clutched in her hand. You did not read the blasphemous sarcasm. My recording thing is blocking these words. But I did, and I remember them with the incredible clarity, supernatural clarity, even fear, not the dark shadows or the scratches of the night. Fear of the woodland teeth is your salvation, it is your escape. It said, this and more, Isa. The woodland teeth is not here to take us to hell, it is here to take us away from hell. I wish there was voices in this. She could see him ahead. Her flashlight beam cutting through the sickly fog, and he was sitting in a chair, a book in his lap. As she approached, she could see that he was crying too. I don't have a flashlight. Please, trust me. Please. I believe in the word of Hector, she said again, and she put the knife to her chest. Point first. No! No, Isa, please don't! Stay with me! Don't leave me alone! I love you. She spat tearfully. I love you so much. She closed her eyes and pushed. She remembered where the heart was located from one of her father's old books. Abel was too slow to catch her falling body. He knelt beside her and sobbed for some time. He was not a strong young man anymore, but Isa's body was light. He would take her out to the water. She had always loved the water. But then what? Read until it found him? No. He didn't feel like reading anymore. He was ready to be rid of this entire cursed island, books and all. He would simply wander aimlessly and freely, to take one last look at the island and feel the wind blowing the memories away. And then the night fell, and he would return and wait. I knew it. Morning dawned on the empty island, cold and bright and windy. I can't see a thing. The moon sliver. David Szymanski. Jeffa Queso. Sound assets. Freesound.org, Mysticool, Coops, Glaner, Dissons, Deku, Echo Bones, Fazapupi, Fazapape, Mario 1298, Land Dub, Sound Mary, Clan Beald, XLE, Bozat. I'm not gonna read all that. Deviant Textures, this is where the textures and stuff are from. Engine, Unity 4, free version. Dedicated to Rachel Szymanski. That's where the other one was dedicated to, too. The end. Okay. Well, I must say, that was a really good game. I like the whole you uncover the story for yourself type thing. I thought that was cool. So you're the one uncovering the story, everything. It's all on your own. I like that. That's very cool. The graphics really weren't that bad. The Unity engine is actually becoming really great for like new developers to create and make stuff and really put together their own work by themselves. Like if they don't have help, they don't have a team to do it for them. That's very cool. I really like that game. I hope you guys liked it. And man, that was crazy. The whole monster and everything. Oh, the story's really great. So what I pieced together from that story was basically, I don't know who we were. We were either Ellie. We were Ellie, maybe. Yeah. Or were we? It's like a story that we were uncovering, but I don't know if we were actually a person. We were someone. We were discovering that Ellie was becoming unsound. The moon sliver, which kept everyone safe, was gone. That guy destroyed it, and the monster was there. And it almost like some devil worship crap, like, oh yeah, here's the good guy, here's the bad guy. Someone worships the bad guy, and they like worship him as a false god or something. That's kind of what I got. It works better in my mind than me trying to explain it. But as always, I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see some more content, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.